Hello and welcome to the Path of Least Resistance. I am Darius. Today we're going to finish off the August 2025 monthly challenges. To start with, we have challenge 61. This is Darius. Special rules are Embrace the Current. When the player plays a spell, they refill 1 spell mana. And Mana Leak. When the player plays a spell, create a fleeting copy in the foe's hand. So your opponents will get your spells, but I think overall it'll be fine. We're going to be using Nami for this with double Grand Generals and Chemtech Duplicator. If you have Echoing Spirit, that's really nice. And if you have Chosen by the Stars, you can use that as well. Maybe not together, but both of them work out pretty well. Probably want something inexpensive so that you can buff them pretty early on. I'm gonna go ahead and take, I don't know, whatever, this Riven package. I don't want to think about it too long, it's not that important. Go to the champion item chest, looking for cost reduction, but focusing crystal is good too. We go into Darius, whose power is Hemorrhage. Round and deal 1 to the player's nexus for each unit the foe has. And we do want to get Nami, so let's try to make sure we have her in hand. We can open with something like Rune Forger is fine. We're not going to block because we want a unit that can be boosted by Nami. We're going to get Nami on the ground and play Ransom Riches. This will create another unit for us. We're going to get 2 mana back because of the thing. The Embrace the Current effect plus our normal effect. And because of that, we're going to be able to play a few extra spells that we normally wouldn't because we would normally be out of mana at this point. We draw into Nami by using, I don't remember, Answered Prayer, which has Hero's Horn on it, and that'll let us play Ebb and Flow. We can only do this a couple times because we only have a couple spells, but still pretty good. And you want to share the buffs around on your units, because when you attack they're going to block. And so the more things that are boosted, the less they can block. If you have just one giant unit, they can block it with one unit. If you have a bunch of smaller units, then they can't do that. They use all their mana, so we're just gonna play all our spells, kill their Darius. You can see that they got all our spells as well, but they can't do anything with them. And technically we could probably finish them off by just casting Ebb and Flow over and over, but there's no reason to do so. It'd just take longer than passing and attacking here. Challenge 62 is Swain. Special rules are Mercy Killings, round end, kill all damaged units, vicious enemy, and remove the imperfection. When the foe summons a unit, recall one of the player's followers with less power than it. For this we're going to be using Jack with Armored Dio Shell. This will give us tough, so potentially we can dodge death from Mercy Killings, Berserker's Buckle, and Chemtech Duplicator. Berserker's Buckle, if we can find ways to take 1 damage, we'll be able to activate and we'll make Jack pretty big. I don't know if Jack is right here. I think I confused Mercy Killings with Mortal Marks, but overall I'm not super concerned anyway. I'm going to take Annie there for no particular reason, and we'll take Deathless on Jack because he'll probably get hit. Invoke on Risky Venture will give us a win condition, and we go into Swain, whose power is Suffer. Round start, deal 3 to all the player's damaged units. So Mad Old Babs, when we play her, will deal 1 damage to all of their units. So we'll wait for them to play a bunch of units, draw Babs, deal damage. If we block, Babs is dead. We don't quite want that, so we'll just go ahead and parlay there. Can't drop Jack until next round, so I think it's fine to go ahead and get my unit returned to my hand. That Swain's dead now, so I guess I got the last laugh. That gets returned to my hand. I'm actually kind of tempted to just drop it again. We'll drop Annie here to Ether unit. And we're going to use Barnacles on her. She can't be returned from Remove the Imperfection. Next, we're going to play Pocket Picker. This is kind of likely to get returned to our hand at some point. And because this only has one power, we can go ahead and hit it with Jack. Which just makes Jack bigger. We can then use the coin. And we'll attack here. Every time we attune, we deal 1 damage to all of their units. And they'll either die or Mercy Killings will kill them at the end of the round. I probably want to risky venture. We do have Chemtech Duplicator active. If I get enough coins, we can play Knuckle. I have another one in hand, so if I miscount, it should still be fine. Take Cosmic Inspiration, that'll make our units big. And unfortunately, he dies. We can get 10 mana off of this, although we can only hold 7 more. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Block here. Then we'll drop Babs. This will damage this unit. And I think there's no way we end up with enough mana to play the whole thing, but we will get enough mana to drop a Mako and level up Jack. So we have a way to heal now, which is nice. And on this round we should be aiming to win. We'll start by dropping Knuckle. It'll get removed. I guess that's fine. We'll make coins and take Moon Silver. I guess Living Legends? If I play Mako, I'm out of mana, actually. I guess we just attack here. Now the coin isn't good enough to work, unfortunately. So we'll just drop Mako there. We don't really have another choice. Although, because they keep returning them to hand, that means I can keep replaying them. And drop Spellslinger here, stunning Pharaon. Don't want to take 8 damage. We drop a Mako. We play our coin finally. And then we get to attack with Bull, or Bull gives us Rally rather. Then we attack with everything. Plenty to win the game. I think overall this worked out fine. Challenge 63 is Draven and Nautilus. Special rules are natural magic, all cards cost 2 less, vicious enemy, and power overwhelming round end. Grant the foe's units everywhere, +1/+1. I think this is actually pretty tough if you don't use Master Yi, so use Master Yi. Relics are Chameleon's Necklace, full build, and Crown Guard Inheritance. Obviously Echoing Spirit would go in this slot if you are using Epic Relics. And you would use Chosen by the Stars over full build. I allow full build in a rare relic setup because anyone has access to it just by defeating Aurelion Soul. So you shouldn't have problems acquiring it, whereas everything else is a little bit random. And take Yasuo here because of Concussive Palm. It'll let us block something, or stun something rather. And that could be very useful for us. And here we're just going to be looking for kind of buffs to Master Yi. I don't mind taking cost 1 more since we're discounted by 2 anyway. And I guess making Concussive Palm cost 0 is also fine. And we go into Draven, whose power is God Among Gladiators. Round end, they summon a Draven if there's not one in play. And then some other stuff as well. When Draven attacks, give him +1 and double attack this round. I'm going to flip these out because they are not champions. You need Master Yi. As long as you play Master Yi, you win the game. So we won the game. Basically how it works is you play a spell, you get a Twin Disciplines, use your Twin Disciplines on Master Yi. His champion spell will summon you more Master Yis, or draw you more Master Yis rather. And then you get his power up to be higher than the opponent's health, and you attack. Because a Crown Guard inheritance will level here, and that'll give us rally. And then we just attack again. And that's it. Trying to find something good there, but we didn't really end up with anything spectacular. And you kind of just want to remove any card that isn't Master Yi from the Master Yi deck. And we go into Nautilus, whose power is All Will Drown. When any unit dies, heal the foe's Nexus 1, and the foe's tosses 1 if they aren't deep. You can also win on their attack rounds. I should have kept that Master Yi. One problem that you can potentially have is drawing into not Master Yi with your Wuju styles, in which case your infinite combo ends. They could potentially have the card that sends things back into your hand. Okay, so obviously we're not letting that happen. They didn't have that card, so we're gonna go infinite already. And again, you're basically just looking for enough power to kill him in 2 hits, because 1 hit will level you with Crown Guard, so you just need the extra hit there. And you don't want to cast spells all day long, unless you do, in which case you can get Master Yi's power as high as you want. And that is that. Master Yi is really good for monthlies. Challenge 64 is Kai'Sa, and Fizz special rules are Noxus discount and nothing but powder monkeys 2. Round start, the foe summons a powder monkey, and of course vicious enemy. We're going to be using Yasuo with Everfrost, Crown Guard, and Tempest Blade. Idea is just lock down Kai'Sa. We're not really worried about Fizz ever. But if Kai'Sa's locked down, then she can never do anything, and probably just win. Ideally you find something with stuns, but failing that, anything with a mana gem is fine as well, so you can get Yasuo on the board quicker. And here we're going to be wanting buffs on Yasuo. We don't find any. We can take that Crystal Carrier on Fade Blade Twirler, and Quick Strike Blade on Yone should be fine. We go into Kai'Sa, whose power is Rapid Evolution. Round start, foe grants each of their allies +1/+1 and a random keyword. Which is complete nonsense, but it's fine. So on this round we're going to drop a Teemo and Fade Blade Twirler. To drop the Blade Twirler first because Teemo has Everfrost. So that would have given Blade Twirler +2 attack. Blade Twirler tends to be your win condition. They drop Kai'Sa, we drop Yasuo in response. We're getting attacked here, just have to eat it. And then Yasuo will level here. Drop Blast Code Seedling first. so that they can play another card. And then we're going to go ahead and do 2 stuns. Yeah, we attack with everything, winning the game. Yasuo is really good and his 5-star helps a lot, so I would not regret doing that. I'm gonna take Focusing Crystal. I mean, you don't need it, you can beat anything with him at 3 stars. Get rid of Shadow Assassin, usually your worst card, and go into Fizz, whose power is Mercurial Nature. Round start, the foe creates in hand a fleeting spell that costs 3 or less from their regions, it costs 1 less. But it does make him better to have extra mana. Mana is kind of the main thing that you're looking for. But, you know, if I have to beat something at 3 stars and it's a 6.5 star, Yasuo is one of my go-tos. So we'll learn a lesson here, play our Blade Twirler first, and then play our Teemo. Guess I should have blocked with the Teemo since they were killing it anyway, but no way of knowing that till it happens. And we're just gonna go ahead and double stun here. Now when we drop Yasuo, he will level up, so we're gonna let them play some cards first. And we drop Yasuo. Clearing their board, I assume they can play more cards. And not the clear win that it was last round. But, I mean, overall we're going to be fine here. We have 2 stuns in hand. Double stun to draw some cards. One of them gets fizzed, which honestly I should have remembered was a thing that could happen, but I didn't. And with Bonded Bucklers we can give our Yasuo elusive, then we just attack. Challenge 65 is Nautilus. Special rules are Lingering Shadows. When a unit dies, grant a random unit in that player's hand +1/+1, Vicious Enemy, and Gathering Storm. When the foe's units attacks on the player's weakest unit and the foe draws 1. I'm going to be using Garen for this with Berserker's Buckle, Stalker's Blade, and Troll Kings. I'm actually going to switch this Berserker's for a second Stalker's Blade. I don't think the hit points are going to matter, or the growth is going to matter quite as much, and we can be removed, so if we get removed and replay, then having the double Stalkers will be nice. It also gives us an instant level up when we play. And ideally, as always, you want to find Mana Gem. You can take Renekton here. I think it'll go well with what Garen's trying to do. Mana Deposit's fine. And I don't think we need any other cards. Go into Nautilus, whose power is All Will Drowned. When any unit dies, the foe tosses 1 if they aren't deep. And they also heal 1. Something like that. I'm tired. Can't do anything on round 1, which is tragic. Round 2, we're gonna drop. I'd like to play the bird, but I think it's gonna have to be Lord Protege. And we'll attack. I think I want to keep the mana for next round. Single combat that. Drop a bird. Block the damage. Lost too many hit points in the opener, so I don't want to lose more here if I don't have to. I'll drop Laurent Protege. Presumably they play Nautilus here, and I think they leveled up, so that's going to be interesting. Okay, go ahead and drop Garen to level. There's a Nautilus level. I don't think there's like a good way to do this. Gonna single combat to make our Laurent Protege a little bit bigger here. And then we're gonna attack into Nautilus. Idea here is just to reduce his health so that we can kill him later. I don't have quite enough mana to play Judgment, which would be really nice, actually. We do have an attack, if we can find a good way to use it. I think I'm just going to respond to this by getting rid of Nautilus. They let us pass, we pass. I think I dropped Garen here. Gonna grab this with the bird. And we're gonna get stunned. It's actually unfortunate. I wanted that power to single combat. But we can do that with Laurent Platekeeper. And we can still single combat here.
My sword is yours to command.
No doubt. Only victory.
We should be good now.
We'll find our way. No retreat. The sands of Shurima will be stained with blood.
It's a bit of a bad opener, but overall, not that big of a deal. Get through it pretty well. Challenge 66 is Viego. Special rules are Lingering Shadows. When a unit dies, grant a random unit in that player's hand +1/+1 vicious enemy. After a mid-round start, the foe revives an ephemeral copy of the strongest dead follower, so that's going to happen twice because of Sovereign's domination as well. And little buddies round start, the foe summons a random 1-cost Poro, using Ambessa with Double Stalker's Guardian Angel. I feel like Ambessa will be able to tear them down before they can really get started, and I think that'll be fine. I hate when there's 2 items because I don't know what those items are, and I am kind of lazy. I don't like looking through, but you, of course, want to look for mana gems, want to look for things with power riff, just playable things. I think this chip with focusing crystal is probably good enough to take, and also I just don't super like using rerolls. You can get rid of the Eye of Raharok there, which means Malphite will never be able to level, but I'm fine with that. Take anti-up on Ambessa. Since she costs 4, we'll be able to play her anyway. And we go into Viego, whose power is Sovereign Domination. Round start, the foe summons an ephemeral copy of the player's strongest follower that died last round. Something like that. I'm gonna flip Malphite because he's never doing anything, and we get him back. Gonna play Blade Squire. If you do have a 3-star Ambessa, you wouldn't have that extra mana to be able to skip. You just play Ambessa on that turn. If you had anti-up. because you don't want to lose Ambessa for sure. We get a few attacks in there. Inscription on Blade Squire isn't like my favorite thing, but it'll give him barrier, which will probably make it so our opponents don't want to attack, which is pretty good. And here they are likely to drop Viego, so we're just going to Conscription again. They're waiting for my attack until to decide to drop him. Attack with everything because we have 3 copies of these. They're now getting much bigger, and we can Midnight Raid here, which will give us... oh no, not. I thought it was going to give us enough power to attack into the Viego, but it doesn't because he grows when his units die. That's fine. Just going to Public Execution, and we're going to attack again. This time challenging the Viego. And we just attack some more times. Ambessa is really good. Challenge 67 is Lee Sin and Tahm Kench. Special rules are dying laughing. Game start, all players summon a 0/10 Phantom Prankster, vicious enemy, and fan favorite. Round start, give the foe's strongest unit +2/+0 and overwhelm this round. Using Ambessa again, same build, double Stalkers, Guardian Angel. For a support, we do play a lot of spells, so something with Focusing Crystal like Jace here isn't bad. He also has Rally in standard, so we'll get an extra Rally if we play that spell, which I'm fine with. Dawn and Dusk is interesting on Ambessa. I don't think it's worth taking, but it could potentially be worth taking. We're going to take potential cost reduction on Legion Marauder, and then we're going to look for something on Ambessa. I don't mind Summoner's Stone on Public Execution, but I'm going to see if I can find something for Ambessa anyway. And we don't. So we're going to take Spirit Stone on Rictus, so we can just play more Rictus. And we go into Lee Sin, whose power is always listening. When the foe attacks, create 2 Resonating Strikes in the foe's hand. They cost 0. I think generally they can drop Lee Sin on round 1 because he comes with -2 cost.
Only I can endure the dragon's fury.
Which is of course unfair. We're gonna Conscription on our whatever this is, Phantom Prankster. Gives us some blockers. Do take us a lot of damage anyway. Just how it works. And we're going to drop Ambessa, killing one of their units. Then we're going to go ahead and Midnight Raid here. And then we can drop this Marauder for free. And we attack again. Pranksters will grow because of military training. Good Conscription, but I think the better option is just Public Execution, and we get denied. Unfortunate. We'll block. And we'll Midnight Raid anyway. More attacks, more better. Play Conscription. Attack and attack again. Take Phage. Making Ambessa stronger is good. Cost reduction may be a little better than stat boost, but if you had like the choice between -1 cost and Black Cleaver, I'm probably taking Black Cleaver. Get rid of our worst card. Kinda want to keep Forge of Tomorrow, but it is probably our worst card. I'm gonna get rid of Legion Drummer instead. We go into Tahm Kench, whose power is Big Feast. When the foe summons a unit, granting it +0/+3. I'm just gonna pass, take damage here. I call that fine. I'm gonna pass again. Let them play a card. I'm gonna pass again, let them play another card. Now we're gonna drop Ambessa. Attack with Ambessa, challenging Tahm Kench. And I'm gonna Midnight Raid. Assume they don't block? Oh, they did. Amazing. And we drop Legion Marauder here, and we Conscription Legion Marauder. So I don't have anything that gives me Rally right now, which is, you know, is what it is. We're gonna play Double Rictus, just stunning a bunch of their units, so they don't have a good attack either. Now we're just gonna attack here. We'll stun 2, but yeah, we'll just stun 2. Ambessa levels, giving us Rally. Attack again. And of course we have Shock Blast to attack again. Challenge 68 is Katarina and Fiora. Special rules are Die and Laughing. Game start, all players summon a 0/10 Phantom Prankster. Vicious enemy and Prophet of an Elder God 2. When the foe attacks, spawn 3. So if Katarina does get to attack, you're going to be spawning at least 6. And that could be bad, so we're going to be using Jinx here, with Scourge's Stash, Loose Cannon's Payload, and Guardian Angel. Obviously, we don't expect Jinx to have any problems with anything. Take this Mana Gem, go into the shop, draw a champion on Jury Rig is fine. Stats on Jinx doesn't matter too much. I don't find anything I super want. I can take Summoning Beacon on Pow Pow is probably okay. We go into Katarina, whose power is Inspiring Presence. When the foe plays a champion, grant their other units +0, or +2/+2 rather. My Jinx is 6 stars. I liked Jinx enough to do that. Also solves all of her problems towards the end game, where potentially she can get out statted by deadly enemies. If you want to drop Jinx, Katarina should have come down but didn't. With her 4-star power you get sorcery, which means you're able to play all of your spells up front rather than having to wait an extra round. But if you don't have sorcery, just do the same thing 1 round later. Back with everything here. They'll play a card. You don't care. Kill your Jinx. Deathless plus Guardian Angel. Great combination. Especially because you can kill your Jinx and get more Jinx out of it. Your worst card is almost always Amateur Aeronaut. I think Whirling Death might actually be worse here though. And we go into Fiora, whose power is Time to Duel. When one of the foe's allies challenges an enemy, give that ally +1/+1 and tough this round. I'm gonna flip out some of our champions. I don't want to lose them if I don't have to. Then we play Legion Saboteur, and we drop Jinx. You're gonna want to not drop Jinx when they have tough, so killing their units on the rounds where they can't attack is probably much better. And then of course we kill our own Jinx, triggering Deathless. Now we have 2 Jinx, and we also have another Super Mega Death Rocket, which we can't play, but we triggered Loose Cannon's Payload twice there, which is kind of the important part. We can just kill our Jinx again, same thing. We're gonna... Oh no, I didn't summon because actually taking Summoning Beacon on Pow Pow is a terrible idea. That's fine. Just gonna go ahead and drop this Zonite Urchin, it'll discard 2, and we'll pow our opponents. Would have been more fun the other way though. Challenge 69 is Ezreal. Special rules are Chronicle of Ruin. Round start, kill all units, then revive them. Vicious enemy, Little Buddies. Round start, the foe summons a random 1-cost Poro and Nature's Revenge. When the foe gains the attack token, they summon a sapling. For this I'm using Gwen. This is the build that I use on her with epics. I don't know if that's the best build, by the way. I don't actually play her very much, despite the fact that she is very strong. But without epics, I'm going to be going with Stalkers, Ludens, and Crown Guard. When she levels up, we're going to be able to attack for a lot of damage. And her losing her power is going to be fixed a little bit by Chronicle of Ruin, giving us extra hollowed. And I'm going to just go ahead and take Jinx here for no particular reason. And anti-up on Gwen seems fine, we'll be able to play her on round 1. Cost reduction on Atrocity I like as well. Atrocity is a great finisher. And we go into Ezreal, whose power is target practice. The foe's spells cost 1. Round start, they create a fleeting static shock in hand if they've leveled a champion. They create a fleeting something else instead, True Shot Barrage. So obviously we have to play Gwen here. And we get stunned, so that's unfortunate. Chronicle of Ruin will kill us. We come back, striking. And I'm just gonna block here. Potentially get hit with Rocket Barrage. But we do have second Gwen in hand. So wouldn't be that big of a deal if it happens. Okay, now it's a big deal. I played that a little bit wrong. Fine. Drop the Undying here. And we're going to challenge Ezreal. And then just attack with the Undying. So I played poorly in the beginning and I'm paying for it. But I do have 2 atrocities in hand, so I'm going to choose not to be worried here. Drop Jinx, and we're going to attack. Jinx has double attack, so he should be insane. Gwen's power is when you're leftmost, gains power from hollowed, so does the right attacker. That's cool. We'll... I don't know. This is fine. An atrocity. And we're gonna atrocity again. Since the first one didn't take. Probably would have been better if I, kept my Gwen alive and didn't sacrifice her for no reason and then forget that I needed mana to play her because I had fleeting. But, yeah, it's still fine. You can see how that hollowed stacked up really quickly, and that's the advantage of Chronicle of Ruin on Gwen. If you had Gwen in play, you would also be gaining life for each of those due to her level up power. And finally we have Challenge 70. This is Tahm Kench. Special rules are Bilgewater Discount, Vicious Enemy, Gathering Storm, when the foe's units attack, stun the player's weakest unit and the foe draws 1, and Little Buddies. Round start, summon a random 1-cost Poro. I wanted to use Mel for this. I haven't starred my Mel up past 3 yet, and we're going to be using Lost Chapter, Chemtech Duplicator, and the Grand General's Counterplan. No, we're not. No, apparently we are. I feel like Lost Chapter could be better. Like a second Grand General's Counterplan, or potentially Archangel's Staff, but whatever, I wrote it down, so that's what we're going with. I'm gonna take Karma because of stun, like having a stun. And we'll pass here, although if you found like a really good spell, wouldn't hurt to take it on Mel. Not sure exactly what I want. Colossal Hammer probably isn't that bad. Deathless is fine though. I like Deathless, gives us a chance to replay if something bad happens. And we go into Tahm Kench, whose power is Big Feast. When the foe summons a unit, grant it +0/+3. And we'll keep Mel. I think Ballistic Bot's probably fine too. I don't think we do anything. We could play Lust. If they kill Lust, we get 2 mana out of it, so that would be good. Presumably they play Tahm Kench here, play Jack instead. It's fine.
I will see about that, Pablo.
Can't attack. That's bad. I guess it could. Like, what's the worst that can happen? She dies and I get the Deathless version instead and 2 Radiant Volleys. I'm just gonna hold for now.
These gems grant a rarer harmony.
Gonna stun Jack, so I take a little bit less damage here. And Radiant Volley isn't quite enough to finish this unit off, but you can just play a new Mel. That's fine. Grand General's counterplan is amazing. I thought I had problems and then I definitely didn't. Now our Radiant Volley is stacking up, and now we're able to start removing units every round. Things will start going a lot better. And we also do have rebuttals every round that we can play. So we attack again here. And we're going to heal 5 to a unit. And Mel's gonna die here, but that just means I get more Radiant Volleys. And we're gonna play Radiant Volley, clearing out their board. And we'll drop the Fun Smith so that we can do a little bit more damage. It might eat one of our units now. Yeah. That's okay. I do want to start stacking up power on rebuttal. Now that Chemtech's up, we can do that. Yeah, we're just gonna stun here, block and block. And from here on out, we basically just play rebuttal. Heck with everything. Not really concerned about any of my units. And we pass. And we rebuttal. No problems. And that is challenges 61 through 70. I don't think anything was super hard. Maybe that Katarina on 68 could be difficult. But I jinxed it, so it wasn't. And yeah, that's it. So thank you for watching. That is challenges, all of the monthly challenges done. We can go ahead and look at our rank. Always fun to see. Rank 207. I think that means more people are playing actually, because oftentimes doing the same kind of thing I would be in the hundreds, so that's cool. I'm glad that more people are playing, if that is what's happening here. And of course, Cyclonus is really good at this game. Almost challenged by Cecil Kend. But still, an hour ahead is really fast. Yeah, anyway, that's it. That's the monthly challenges for this month. I might do something towards the end of the month with monthly challenges again, but I'm not sure. I'm thinking about going through them with an alt account, but I kind of don't like monthly challenges very much, so potentially not a thing I'm going to do, but it's in my head. So we'll see. And that is all for me. Thank you for watching. If you like what I'm doing, like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Hope this helps. Goodbye.